Zilch left, 35 Wichita Macho
Dice
Toe.
right, F5.
Dice right numbers, 3 Jet Spielberg.
Ready? Right. All right, welcome back to the Pre-Snap Pressure Podcast, episode 21. We have crowned all of our conference champions, and the playoff bracket has been set with a lot of drama in between all those events that occurred in between this episode and the last. We're here to talk about all of it. Ryan, how are you doing today?
I'm pretty good. I mean, I haven't had anything to ruin my weekend yet, so off to a pretty good week.
Yet is the key word
so
to that.
far.
What time do the Eagles play today? On Monday, the 8th of December.
They do in fact play today, and I actually need it to be a Chiefs Rams 54-51 game because I'm currently going against the Eagles defense for the #1 seed in fantasy. So
Oof.
Would love to win that one.
Me, when 3 hours after this, I see Jalen Hurts as Mike Wazowski throw the game-winning touchdown to A.J. Brown for his 5th of the day.
You know, preferably it would go to Devontae Smith.
Anyways, we're off topic here. Yeah, so conference championships happened this week. Couple surprises, I guess.
It was fun.
It was fun.
I mean, it was fun.
It was fun. No, absolutely. I had a lot of fun.
I did as well.
I think I had more fun than you, though. So.
I disagree.
Whoa, buddy. Hold on.
I disagree.
You had more fun either watching Texas Tech win or North Texas lose than I did watching that team. I'm pointing at my Georgia basketball beat Bama for the second time that I remember in my 20 years of life.
Yeah, because I got to watch 7-5 Duke ruin Virginia's season.
Oh, so did I. I watched that game.
Yeah, I know, but that just brought me so much joy.
I thoroughly enjoyed that game too.
Also, Texas Tech winning made me happy because I love this Texas Tech team.
Oh, they're good. They're good. We're gonna talk about all the playoff teams here in a sec.
Also, Signetti winning was pretty cool.
That brought
Mr. McAfee likes to call him.
Seeing Ohio State miss that kick brought me joy. So
that was hilarious. How do you miss? All right, yeah. How do you miss a chip shot?
Moment was too big. We're gonna get into all of it.
Apparently,
we're gonna go through all 4 of the Power 4 conference championship games, and we'll talk about the 2 others that had playoff implications. We'll start with those actually. JMU was in a dogfight with Troy for a little bit, and then what was it? 2 touchdowns within 4 minutes to put that game away.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot. The game was a lot closer than the score probably shows. But Wayne Knight, I know we're not doing our top 5 and bottom 5 this week, but Wayne Knight had probably the performance of a lifetime to get the Dukes into the playoffs. 21 carries, 212 yards, 10.1 yards a carry with a 73-yard run, and I believe went for a touchdown.
Back to what you're saying about the game being closer than, like the score maybe through most of the game says that. Box score wise, not a chance. Troy had
the only thing that made it close was the time of possession.
Yeah, Troy had negative 26 rushing yards to James Madison's 318.
Look, it's not always the rushing yards that matter. Okay.
Negative 26, Brian. Negative 26.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, honestly, yeah, the score.
Wayne Knight ran for 212.
You know what? The score doesn't reflect it because this game should not have been close at all.
No.
Troy had 1 quarter where they scored, and then the rest of the game didn't score.
Yep.
And I want to see how their drive went.
I think one of these came off of
to start the game.
I think one of the scores came off a fumble too. So it was short field. Oh no, both of them were 75 yards.
75-yard drives.
All right, my bad.
But the entire second half, punt, missed field goal, punt. After James Madison had a fumble and an interception, could not capitalize. punt, fumble, downs game.
Yeah.
I mean, they really just did not get anything going.
Yeah. Well,
Did you see that they had to tell people to
stop throwing snowballs at the punter because they're it was they were
No, just that the entire Troy team.
Yeah, but it was mainly at the punter because they were throwing at the punter as he was punting, and then I think it was their athletic director was like, "Yo, stop throwing snowballs. We're gonna get a flag if you keep doing that."
That's hilarious.
That's really funny, but also really messed up. Anyways, James Madison into the playoffs after this win. Getting this win, while it didn't secure them a spot, they did all they could. And I bet on Saturday they were all wearing Duke blue. I saw there was a guy at the ACC championship with James Madison gear. So
yeah, I did see that as well.
Pretty sick. We'll talk about that one in a bit here. Moving over to the American side of things, we both picked North Texas to win this game. Oh my God, they got dominated.
Rest in peace, the legend that was Drew Messemaker.
He's a freshman. Chill.
No, okay, yeah, he had a freshman year. I'm just saying, rest in peace, the legend that was, because he is not gonna be in any conversations for a chance to even go to New York.
Oh, okay. The only person putting him in those conversations was you, to be fair.
Yeah, okay, but he has 4,000 yards and 30 touchdowns with less than 10 interceptions. Name another quarterback that's done that this year.
I mean, there hasn't been. But he also
he has been one of the
North
best
Texas
players in the entire country. Granted, he's playing nobody. He has played nobody this year, and it shows because they got beat pretty bad by Tulane. I mean, I don't know. I feel like he should be getting a little bit more credit, but that's just me.
Yeah, Tulane, on the other hand, the offense wasn't as dynamic, but their defense does its job as usual. 5
also,
sacks.
Jake Retzlaff with the biggest screw you to BYU.
To BYU, making the playoffs with Tulane and BYU missing out. Well, it's not exactly like they were prejudiced against him. He kind of like did break the rules.
He was fully in the wrong. Don't get me wrong.
He broke their rules. Yeah.
Pretty bad.
We're just gonna leave that there. If you don't know what we're talking about, go look it up. I'm not gonna explain it. Anyways, so yeah, that was the American. Now moving on to the Power Four. Start with the ACC. The one that induced the most chaos was 7-5 Duke being victors of the ACC over 10-2 Virginia in an overtime game. By the way, insane drive by Virginia to even put that game into overtime.
Yeah, no. 96 yards in less than 2 minutes is nuts.
Yeah, and then you piss it all away in overtime. You give Duke the win, and you knock yourself and your conference winner, what a lot of people would thought be the conference itself, out of the playoffs, but we'll talk about how that unfolded a little bit later. Rest in peace, Notre Dame. Anyways,
I think that overtime, that entire sequence at the end of the game, from the last 2 minutes of regulation to the end of the game, hilarious. because Virginia goes on this long 96-yard drive after trailing the entire game. They were down by 10 heading into the fourth. They win the fourth. Or they weren't down by 10 heading into it, but Duke got a quick field goal. And then Virginia goes down 96 yards, gets the touchdown. A little controversial, but I think it was a touchdown. And then they go to overtime. Duke on the inch line on fourth down nails it. First play for Virginia in overtime, interception.
Yep.
Take the entire wind out of everyone in the stands.
Yeah. Well,
oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
I guess that's what $8 million gets you in the NIL department for Duke is an ACC championship. Yeah, that all went to one player, by the way. I just want to make that clear. Is he the highest paid quarterback in college football? No, that's not true.
There's no way. QB and
Let's see. But just like not
Uh,
total contracts, but I'm talking year to year, like per year. Yeah, no, I think he is. Darian Mensah $4 million. Bryce Underwood gets $3 million. Carson Beck 3 to 3.2. Dylan Raiola around 3. Drew Aller 3. John Mateer 2.5 to 3. Pavia 2. Yeah, no, I actually think Mensah's the highest paid quarterback by a year. Wow. I don't know. But remember, a lot of these deals are behind closed doors, so they could all be crap.
Yeah, that is on it. That's funny to me because like we have no idea how much these guys are actually getting paid.
Yeah, well, no, we don't.
I mean,
Anyways, once again, getting off topic here. Moving to Big 12 next.
yeah.
All right, Big 12 championship next. Texas Tech, just another straight out route of BYU. They had life in the beginning, but they just kept turning the ball over. You were over in the corner playing your stupid game, and every time you looked up, it was a turnover.
Yeah. No, it was not even close, dude. They scored that first drive touchdown. By the way, first points Texas Tech has given up on an opening drive
All year.
all year. And then it just looked like a completely different team. They had one drive in that first quarter, and it was a 14-play, 90-yard touchdown. They looked like the better team. They looked like they were out for it in that game. And then 3-and-out punt, turn it over on downs, punt, end of half. You're down 13-7 now. Missed field goal, interception, punt coming at it in the third quarter. You're down 21-7 now. Fumble, interception, downs, fumble, punt.
Yikes.
Texas Tech just instantly made the adjustment on
Yeah.
BYU.
Yeah, once again, defense for Texas Tech. That's a scary defense, man.
Sign of a scary defense is when they adjust and you can't adjust back.
Nope.
And Jacob Rodriguez had a good game, but Ben Roberts.
That was Ben Roberts might have been a better player in that one. Did he have both? He had 2 forced turnovers, right?
Interceptions.
He had both picks. Good lord.
I'm trying to see if he forced the fumbles, but I just can't see it. All right. Oh wait, here we go. Never mind. I can't see. But like, just absolute domination after that opening drive touchdown.
Yeah, and they weren't in before. I think it would have taken a win to be in for BYU, but officially eliminated them from the playoffs. I mean, just the 2 losses, both to Texas Tech and both in just beat down fashion. Just don't look, they don't do any favors for you.
Only put up 7 both times.
Like, I get it's a good team, but you got to at least show something.
Yeah, you especially with how weak of a schedule BYU had. I mean, yeah, they had. Let's see, they had 2 ranked opponents on their schedule: Utah and Texas Tech. They beat Utah.
Killed by Texas Tech twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had a close game against Iowa State for a little bit. Arizona was a 1-possession game. Colorado 1 possession. Like, yeah, they're good, but they can't show up against good teams.
Nope.
They're the Mizzou of the Big 12.
Yeah. Yeah. How about BYU assembling the donor Avengers? Crumple Cookie being the figurehead among them to keep Kalani Sitake at BYU. Crumble.
I heard crumple for a second. I was gonna be like, "Who says crumple? It's a B."
Crumble. Yeah, that's what I said. Sorry.
Yeah, no. You said it sounded like you said crumple. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, Yeah, no, crumble. That's crumble with a B. Yeah. Assembling. And how much did you say the number was?
$9 to $9.5 million a year. Which, by the way, he's getting paid less than Drinkwitz for Mizzou. So
That's still
I
what he's the
can't tell
11th
if
most
that's-
paid coach in the country, or what? God forbid he's not top 10.
he deserves more money. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, yeah. It's fine. He'll take that money plus the power of Joseph Smith, and we'll keep winning at BYU. At least in the regular season. I can't speak for postseason anything.
For the postseason, yeah.
Anyways, all right. Moving along from the Big 12, after Texas Tech ran through the conference, besides whoever they lost to Arizona State. Off game. Didn't happen. Anyways, moving on. Which one you want to talk about next? Big 10 or SEC? Nice voice crack.
Nice voice crack, yeah. SEC, because we'll say I think the best game for last.
It's definitely the closest game. Well, closest and most impactful, I guess. Not really, actually. It was
not impactful in the slightest.
It was just the number one team versus
when they meet in the
team.
championship, who's going to be one or two?
Yeah, ignore what I just said. Anyways, so yeah, we'll go to the SEC. Georgia dominating Alabama. Much like Troy, Alabama, negative rushing yards on the day, had -3. I think Alabama did traditional run plays on the first 3 plays of the game. And then I think they only did that 7 times for the rest of the game. So, it looks like they wanted to come out and establish the run because they haven't been able to do that all year. They just couldn't.
Okay, also, they didn't hold them to negative rushing yards. Ty Simpson just got
Sack yards count. Sack yards count as rushing.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
They should count in passing yards.
What?
That is a pass attempt.
A sack is a pass. No, because he's not throwing the ball.
It is. You are going to throw. You are in the process of trying to make a pass play.
Okay, yeah, but you're not.
And you're telling me
actively
that sack yards should not count in pass yards.
You're not actively throwing the ball. It's not how the game of football works.
They shouldn't count as rush yards, though. That makes less sense.
I mean,
and you know it does.
Oh, no, I can absolutely agree with that, but it does. So, okay, sorry, my bad. Let's take away his -28 rushing yards. They have 25 on the day. They have 25 on the day. Good Lord.
8 for 25. That's not good, but it's not
10.
-3.
10. Where are you getting 8 from? 10. Also, hold up. Timeout.
Wait.
Not all of that is on sacks. George only had 3 sacks. He had to rush himself, too, that he still lost yards on. I remember because Gabe Harris blew his face off. Pause, but...
All right, yeah, maybe not all of it was on sack yards, but
they had less than 30 rushing yards.
That's why they need
they
need sack yards to go with pass yards because quarterbacks can still run.
They had less than 30 rushing yards. That's the point we're trying to make here. Okay.
Yes, they did not run the ball.
Cool.
They went away from it instantly.
Cool. God. Anyways, yeah. I think it took they had like 2 first downs by halftime. Yeah, no, it was just bad all around for Bama.
Yeah. and Stunner Glockton looked insane.
Can run and get 3 yards a carry, and it'll just be the most annoying thing because you can like literally destroy the pocket immediately, and he steps up, gets 3 yards, and then gets up and just goes on to the next play.
Yeah, it's like this is exactly how Georgia needs to play in the playoffs this year. They need to just stick with what works. They need to continue to dominate the front, or they just need to dominate the trenches. They can dominate the trenches. Their entire playbook opens up.
Oh yeah, by the way,
both offensively and defensively.
I don't think there's a group of defensive backs playing better in the country right now than Georgia's. What if I told you at the beginning of the season?
Because the front is winning.
Yeah, no, but what if I told you that at the beginning of the season that Georgia was able to beat Alabama by playing man coverage? You would not have believed it. If you watched the Tennessee game, if you watched the 4-game run Alabama went on after the loss to Florida State to all those ranked teams, you would have said, no way, you're crazy. Georgia played man coverage for a lot of the downs against Alabama, and it was working.
Do you learn that in your weekly Brooks Austin video?
Yes, I did. But you can see it.
I mean,
You
the
can
dude
still
knows
see,
ball. I'm not discrediting.
you can
him at
still
all.
see. Yeah. Well, I mean, one of the reasons Georgia got pressure was because they were sending 5 or 6 on a lot of passing downs, and the only way you can get away with doing that is
If you're running man.
if you're running man, but you're also got to be running it good because it doesn't do anything if people are open.
Well, yes.
Yeah. Georgia was doing a lot of that. So
Yeah.
yeah, complete game. Probably one of the few that Georgia's played this year, especially defensively. The whole stick with them earlier on in the year was they kind of wait till the second half to turn it up a notch. No, they were all gas, no brakes the entire game. Anyways, moving on to the Big Ten championship. Indiana with when was the first time? When was it? First conference championship since?
Dude, I have no idea. Long time ago.
I remember I saw a thing that was like Kurt Signetti was 6 years old or something.
Kurt Signetti is not a young dude.
Let's see. 1967.
Jeez. My dad was 2 years old.
My dad
Actually, no, my dad was not alive yet.
I forgot his dad's
My
birthday.
dad was 2 years from being born. No, I just did the math wrong.
What year was your dad born in?
69.
Guys, if you can't tell, it's the end of the day and we're both really like tired. Just have nothing of sustenance to say. Anyways,
I mean, you want to talk about the game? Elijah Surratt had the best touchdown of the game. One of two.
Also, Ohio State could not run the ball at all.
Yeah, no. It was mostly through the air. Well, no, Bo Jackson had 83 yards on 17 carries.
Yeah, but it's.
I mean, yes, it was still mostly through the air, and that's not exactly where Ohio State's like run game is normally at, but still had 17 for 80.
Yeah, I tell you what, Bo Jackson's good, but they are hurting from not having 2 running backs. Go back to last year when they could just swap between Henderson and Judkins, and nobody could do anything about it, except Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that they were just killing and wearing down defenses by doing that, and they do not have that second guy this year.
Yeah, I will say, best moment of the game, Joel Klatt circling. Was it Elijah Surratt before he caught the touchdown? It's just like, where's Surratt at? You know, he's right
here.
Surratt runs a slot fade, catches a touchdown. I mean, that's the dream right there.
You watched? Wait, did you watch this whole game?
No,
You
I
did?
did not.
Okay, never mind. I was gonna make a joke, but I'll keep it to myself. I was gonna
You
say.
wouldn't get the ref.
Well, okay, I'm gonna shoot anyways. Do you have any idea where Charlie Becker is from? I just don't know.
Where?
Okay, you don't get the reference. Like 8 times during the broadcast, Gus Johnson just kept saying Charlie B from Nashville, Tennessee. He said it every time he caught the ball. All 6 times he got the football.
That's funny. That's really funny, actually.
I think we get it, Gus. I think the kid's from Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah, where's Charlie B from?
Detroit. It'd be really funny if he just wasn't from Nashville at all.
Yeah.
Also, props to
Gus
Fernando.
Johnson just-
Props to Fernando Mendoza for taking one of the hardest licks I've ever seen in the first play of the game and then coming back in 2 plays later.
Yeah.
I mean, he got knocked out by Caden Curry, and then his brother Alberto came in for a play, and then boom, 15 was right back out there. So, anyways, those are all the conference championship games. Indiana winning theirs, Georgia winning theirs, Texas Tech winning theirs, and Duke almost nearly screwing the ACC and winning theirs. But we're gonna get into that now. With conference championships being over, final playoff bracket was revealed yesterday on Selection Sunday. So we have the 12 teams going to the playoffs. We're going to go over that right now. So Indiana, of course, number 1 after beating Ohio State. They jumped them. Ohio State falls just 1 spot to number 2. We kind of figured that.
Yeah, that's realistic.
Whoever lost this game wasn't going to fall, at least out of a bye game or of a bye week.
Like not even out of the top 3 even. I mean, it was just
at the very worst, they were going to be 4.
Yeah.
But I see no issue with them being 2. They lost to the number 1 team in the country by 3 points when their kicker shanked a 30-yard field goal. So
yeah, no, it was a close game all throughout. There's no one disagreeing with one and 2.
Georgia staying at 3 after rolling over Alabama. Texas Tech staying at 4 after rolling over BYU. Oregon staying at 5, of course. Ole Miss at 7. Texas A&M 6. Sorry, Texas A&M at 7. Sorry, misspoke there. Look, these are the ones we're not surprised about. This is where we were at before our conference championship weekend. Oklahoma at 8 still. Alabama staying at number 9 after losing by 21. What was your thoughts on this? Because I know a lot of people did not like this.
It means nothing to me. I think Alabama staying at 9 after, yes, it was a very brutal loss, but I'm going to go ahead and just say this now. I said it a little while ago. But Alabama losing to a team they had already beaten. So they were 10-2 going into this game. Playing a team what?
You know how Daniel Jones got hurt yesterday? You know how he's out for the season. Like
Right.
You're not gonna guess who they're bringing in to like try and convince to come to like work out with the team and maybe take over at QB.
Colin Kaepernick.
No.
Sam Elliott.
All right, let's be a little realistic here. Come on.
What college did he go to? Give me that.
NC State.
Yeah, I got nothing.
How about the father of 9 himself, 44-year-old Philip Rivers?
No way! You're hilarious. That is actually gonna happen. Yeah, no. This meant nothing to me really. Alabama staying at 9 because you look at it, they were 10-2 coming into this game. I'm going to go ahead and compare them to Notre Dame, who's a team that missed the playoffs at 10-2 as well. They came into this game ranked ahead of the Fighting Irish, as they should be.
Yeah.
Alabama has multiple ranked wins this year. Yes, they had the terrible loss to Florida State, but they beat Georgia on the road. They beat Vanderbilt. They beat Mizzou on the road. They beat Tennessee 4 straight weeks in a row.
Mm-hmm.
All very convincing wins. They beat Georgia in Athens as well. They were 10, so they are now a 10-2 team. I don't see a world where losing to a team that you have already beaten this year would remove you from the playoffs to a team.
Say that again.
To BYU, who was also in the championship. Who also got blown out.
I want you to emphasize what you just said. Say it again.
Losing to a team you've already beaten?
That part.
Championship game?
A lot of people are forgetting that part. They walked into Athens and beat Georgia in week 4. That was a month after they lost to Florida State. So if you're trying to tell me that this team can't turn it up a notch, yeah, I get they look like crap against Georgia. If they can't turn it up within 2 weeks, you're lying to yourself.
Right. No, but I'm telling you, so we're gonna continue. Alabama is now 10-3. Sure, they kind of got beat down by the number 3 team in the country, but BYU got beat down by the number 4 team in the country, and Notre Dame isn't in a conference, so I don't even consider them a real team. I was looking at their schedule earlier, and it's top 50 in strength of schedule. Don't get me wrong. It is top 50 in strength of schedule.
How much of that came from the 2 losses, though? Is my question.
Right. Exactly. So they played. Here's their schedule: 2 losses: Miami, on the road, 3-point loss. Texas A&M at home, 1-point loss. Respectable. Both respectable losses. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
They go on and play Purdue, Arkansas, Boise State, NC State, USC, who was good, Boston College, Navy, Pitt, Syracuse, Stanford. All 10 wins, all by more than double digits, all dominant wins. But they couldn't beat the teams that were better than them.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're not going to play a conference schedule. You're going to lose your hard games early in the year. Why else do you deserve to get in? When all these other teams are playing their conference opponents, who most of them are ranked. They're not just playing the bottom half teams from each conference, like Purdue and Arkansas and Stanford and Syracuse. They're not just playing those crummy teams that are not good. They're not just racking up those wins. They are actively going against Alabama, went against 4 straight ranked opponents. Texas beat 3 top 10 teams, and Texas shouldn't have even been considered for the playoffs. They were a 3-loss team, and yet there were still people saying, well, Texas has a better resume than Notre Dame.
You were saying that. Just want to make this clear. You were saying that.
Yes, I was saying that, but so was Paul Feinbaum.
Oh, no. There were other people saying
all of the other pundits out there.
I'm just saying, I find it funny that you said that, and you're saying, like, oh, yeah, people.
Okay, you can go.
It's just funny.
Vanderbilt. They beat the crap out of Tennessee on rivalry weekend.
Yeah, there you go.
BYU didn't really have that tough of a schedule. They're not in.
Look, and
Miami. I don't know that they should be in, but that's not me.
We'll get into that. We'll get into that soon. I want to take a look holistically, top to bottom. You start the season with 2 losses. Doesn't matter who you played. You start the season with 2 losses. I don't care if they were close. I don't care. Home, away, number 1 team, number 136. You start the season with 2 losses.
Right.
That should already have put you in a position to, well, crap. We're going to have to. There's going to be some magic that needs to happen. And yet you were given gracious rankings week in and week out. You were never dropped from the rankings after losing your first 2 games.
22, 21,
and you were
3-2 now.
Put back in the top 10 midway through the season. I want to go look at your best win, your best 2 wins. The only 2 other ranked teams you played, 20 NC State and 22 Pittsburgh. Or USC, not NC State, sorry. You beat them by 10 points at home. Looks like an okay win.
It's a rivalry game as well.
I want to take another playoff caliber team in Oregon. Oregon was down their 4 best playmakers, and they beat USC more than you did. Shut up.
On the road. Or, no, at home. Never mind. That was at home.
Yeah, so was Notre Dame. Don't care. Shut up.
Yeah. No. We were having this argument as well. The argument of, well, Notre Dame and Miami played in week 1, and you're telling me that this Notre Dame team is different than, or wouldn't beat this Miami team right now because they won 70-7 against Syracuse.
You sound like an SEC
Notre
fan.
Dame, no. Notre Dame on the road against Pitt, 37-15 win. That's respectable. They were number 22 in the country.
I know what you're about to say, but
Miami, the Bear, 2 weeks later, on the road, same situation. 38-7 win. Dominant. So I don't understand how Notre Dame fans realistically thought that they would get in over Miami. Because they have Notre Dame has the 13th best, I think, strength of record and 44th best strength of schedule. You know who's right behind them in both of those metrics?
Miami. They are quite literally one spot behind them in both those things, yeah.
Right. So you're going to go, all right, they basically got the same strength of schedule and strength of record. Both metrics used by the College Football Playoff Committee to determine the playoff teams. And Miami has that done? Yeah, okay.
Look, this whole fallout, or this,
it's by the committee.
This situation, it was started by the polls. Before they were getting gracious rankings for weeks. Let me pick a random week. Week 8. Notre Dame is 5-2 at this, or 4-2 at this point. They are ranked 13th. That is ahead of undefeated BYU at the time. Get out of here. You were given grace week after week after week. And now, only now, have you been ranked properly. You're just mad because
No, not even, dude.
what do you mean not even?
Dude, they need to be lower.
Oh, I don't. At this point, lower doesn't matter. If you're not in the top 10, your ranking, the number next to your name doesn't matter. I mainly
Do you know the clause for next year, by the way?
What do you mean?
If Notre Dame is in the top 12 at all, they're in the playoff.
What? That ain't right.
Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing next year, by the way.
Mm.
So if Notre Dame at any point is in the top 12, there's just 11 spots left.
I'm gonna have to look into that because I don't know about that.
No, that's actually a thing.
Where did you see this?
I saw an ESPN report, and then I was Googling it earlier today. It was like Notre Dame.
Let's see.
Here we go.
Let's see.
For the 2026 college football playoff, Notre Dame has a specific look-in clause in their new contract. If the Fighting Irish finish the regular season ranked in the top 12 of the final CFP rankings, they are guaranteed an automatic spot in the 12-team playoff, regardless of their independent status or conference affiliation.
So you are already getting babied because you're crying that you didn't get in. You spent weeks after weeks.
Here we go.
No, hold on. Let me go on my rant to Notre Dame because I hate Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And I hate that their fans are crying.
Oh, me too. Don't worry.
And their team is crying that they were ranked unjustifiably ahead of a team in Miami that showed they were the better team. You can bring in all the if, ands, or buts about losses. The only loss I care about is the one Notre Dame took to Miami.
Yep. That's the only one that mattered.
You have the same record, except one of you's got to win over the other.
You know who should be really pissed right now? Not over Notre Dame, but the whole head-to-head thing is Vanderbilt. Because Texas finished ahead of Vanderbilt at 9-3 when Vanderbilt was 10-2. So if they're both 10-2, I don't understand why the committee wouldn't just rank Miami above Notre Dame.
It beats me, man. It beats me.
But yeah. So now not only do they get to get babied into the postseason next year, because they will be a top 12 team because they'll probably schedule one ranked team next year. Actually, let me check their
Look at
their 2020. Yeah, Notre Dame 2026 CFP schedule. Let's see. So they will play next season at home against Wisconsin. Well, okay, that's in Lambeau Field. Never mind. They will play against Wisconsin, Rice, Michigan State, at Purdue, at North Carolina, versus SMU. That should be an interesting game, maybe. At Syracuse, versus Navy, versus Miami, late in the season, versus Stanford, versus Boston College, and then they will end the season with USC. So 2 good teams in there. And a third okay team.
Well, are you saying the 2 good teams, Miami and USC, and then the okay team is SMU?
Yep.
Yeah, that is. I think this is 3 teams.
And they will lose to USC, by the way.
Really?
Absolutely. Boston. USC has only been getting better over these last couple of years, and they have the #1 recruiting class coming in next year.
They do have the #1 recruiting class. So, I mean, they realistically win one of these games, and they're guaranteed a playoff spot.
Yeah.
Because, well, the rest of their schedule is buns. Wisconsin, finish negative. Rice. Michigan State, finish negative. Purdue, finish negative. North Carolina, finish negative. Navy, it's Navy. They're in the American.
They're a group of 5 team.
Boston College.
By the way, you wanna hear this?
Yeah.
Of those 3 Big Ten teams that Notre Dame is playing in their first 4 games of the season,
Wisconsin, Michigan State, Purdue. Yeah.
Yeah. With those 3, Purdue finished last in the conference this year. Michigan State finished 3rd to last, and Wisconsin finished 4th to last.
Yeah.
Quite literally the bottom of that conference.
Yeah.
Throw in Maryland while you're at it too. Jesus, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go check the ACC schedule that they're gonna play.
Yep.
Let's see.
It was bottom of the conference.
Other than Miami and
SMU,
I guess they got North Carolina, Syracuse, Stanford, Boston College.
Yep.
Syracuse last in the conference. Boston College 2nd to last. North Carolina 4th to last. Stanford 6th to last. Bottom half of the conference, and the 2 bottom beaters.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Good strength of schedule. Good strength of record. Yeah, you guys deserve a spot next year if you're top 12. Totally.
Mm-hmm.
And they're Notre Dame, so they're going to be ranked top 10 to start the season next year.
Oh yeah, they'll probably be ranked like 6th, even though
Yeah. If not, they are in the top 25,
even though
guaranteed.
they're losing their best player. They're gonna be ranked. They'll be ranked 6th.
I like, and
It's
then you want to cry about not getting a bowl game this year.
it's ridiculous.
Honestly, they should get like a suspension from a year worth of bowl
Also,
games.
yeah, we're
because
we're gonna move
Missouri
into
State this year, by the way,
that.
Missouri State in their first ever bowl game this year, and they could not be happier. And if teams start opting out, those bowl games that the Missouri States and the Toledos and the Florida Atlantics of the world get to go play, get to go showcase their talent, those will go away if the big teams like Notre Dame and like BYU and like Texas start removing themselves from those bowl games because they don't want to play because they felt they were snubbed.
Well, good thing the only team that really doesn't have an excuse to opt out of a bowl game has been Notre Dame. We've had 2 other teams opt out of bowl games, but those are because those teams don't have head coaches, which, yeah, still play in your bowl game, but there's a reason for it, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
it's frustrating to see teams like that.
Here's another issue I have. They claim it was a team decision. You're telling me if I am a freshman, sophomore, doesn't matter. If I am not a starter at Notre Dame, at Notre Dame, like, and we're going into our bowl game not playoffs related, I know top maybe 10 players are going to train for the draft and will opt out of this bowl game. That is my chance to play. That is my chance to show what I am going to do. No way those guys opted out of that. That means Notre Dame took that opportunity away from those younger guys. You're telling me you seriously don't want an opportunity to see what some starters are going to look like next year in live games? You're telling me
just get them reps.
You're telling me that
get your guys reps.
You're telling me that they're I don't know if this is true, but it probably is. There's probably a walk-on somewhere on Notre Dame's roster that has never played it down for them. And a bowl game would have done that for them. For him. For that guy. And that's not there anymore.
Awful decision. Awful.
Florida State got clowned 2 years ago for all their players opting out of a bowl game. At least they played. They got clowned for getting crapped on.
At least they got the guys the reps.
But at least they played. At least they played.
And it's like, yeah, all their players opted out, but a lot of them did actually get drafted pretty early, too.
Exactly. But it gave opportunities for some young guys to get in. Granted, they got shelled. Doesn't matter. Live game is live game. I do not care. That's a crappy thing to do if you're Notre Dame.
So that's the worst thing they could have done. You know what they could have done?
This is a little kid at school not getting his favorite toy at recess, and then
all right, fine,
after the teacher says no, let somebody else use that toy, you go cry and sit in the classroom, and then not invite anybody to your birthday party later that week, just because you didn't get your way.
And by the way, you know what they could have done instead of whine and cry and not go play their bowl game?
Go prove it.
They could have
dominate it. Go prove you're a playoff team, man.
Seriously, go beat the crap out of some loser team that also didn't make the playoffs. Go beat the crap, not even loser team. Go beat the crap out of Vanderbilt. Go beat the crap out of Washington, out of BYU, out of USC again. Go beat these teams that were kind of close to the playoff, but didn't quite get there. And prove that you should have been in the playoff this year. Disgust me.
It's terrible. I think this is.
How much privilege do you really think you have to have to do that?
Yeah. That's pretty bad. I mean,
Jesus.
Look at some of these top teams you could have been playing. Yeah, Vanderbilt. You could have been playing Crap, you could have been selected for the Citrus Bowl either over Duke or over Michigan or Texas. You could be playing one of them. Could be playing BYU in the Pop-Tarts Bowl or Georgia Tech in the like. There are teams here that you can go and
Could have gone and played Virginia and proved that you would have been the ACC champ. Or Duke.
beat the crap out of, and be like, and make the committee regret not putting you in the playoffs. Now
And just watch Texas A&M beat the crap out of Miami and show, yeah, at least we made it a game when we played.
Now you're going to go cry about it. No one's going to respect you for the entire offseason and probably for a long, long time because of this.
Yeah. And then you're going to be like, our ties with the ACC are now cut off.
Oh, shut
after
up.
what they did lobbying against Notre Dame.
Shut
really?
up. You don't belong to
maybe
they owe you nothing.
Actually go join a conference.
They owe you
go
nothing.
Win the worst Power 4 conference, by the way.
Yeah.
A 7-5. That conference is so bad. A 7-5 team made it. A team that went 0-3 out of conference made that conference championship. You could run through that conference year in and year out, and yet you choose to stay independent.
Yep.
Blows my mind.
Yep. All right. Well,
the only reason that they do that is for money, and it's you're Notre Dame. You're getting money.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was a long rant that went a while.
Totally deserved, though.
Totally deserved. Other team we wanted to talk about, maybe getting has some people up where was BYU. We already talked about this a little bit. No, you got dumped on by the same team twice. Why is it different than Bama? Because Bama beat the team they got dumped on earlier in the year at their home stadium. So we know that there's a capacity in them to be better than what they showed. We don't know that for BYU.
Yeah, it just wasn't shown this year, and unfortunately, what could have been a really fun playoff team and a really good team overall, they're nowhere near done. Like, this was just the start of it, but I mean, there's just no sustenance on your schedule. There was one other ranked opponent other than Texas Tech on your schedule, and it was Utah, and Utah had the wins to be ranked where they were, I feel like, but their losses just kind of hurt them more than they should have. And BYU's only other significant win, really only significant win, actually was against Utah.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much it. Again, a conference that's not got a lot of depth to it. There's some good teams in it. There's
Still better than the ACC.
There's a lot of they got some great teams in there. There's a lot of good to okay teams in there. Unlike the ACC, which has a lot of crap. But yeah, there wasn't really anything resume padding. And I don't know why people are surprised. They weren't in before this game.
Yeah.
Why was like Alabama was?
Yeah.
And
I don't know why.
And it has been hammered into us as watchers of the sport for the past 2 years that losing in your conference championship that you limped and fought your way to was not going to hurt you if you lose. It was a good thing. It's something to help you, not hurt you.
Also, we've learned that Alabama trumps all.
Yeah. But they didn't last year. Hold on, timeout. They didn't last year. You know why?
Fair.
Because a team.
Because they were 3 losses.
Yeah, but a team, they were left out for a team that wasn't being punished for losing in their conference championship game.
Yes.
A team that
absolutely
that Bama had better wins than. That probably, I don't know, they definitely had better strength of schedule, but I'm talking full-on analytics were probably better than them. Doesn't matter. The committee says you played your 12 games compared to Bama's 12 games, and you lost once and they lost 3 times. That's what matters.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't understand why it's copium is what it is. There's some people like BYU should have been it. No, you shouldn't have. Notre Dame should have been it. No, you shouldn't have.
Get out of here.
The only thing Notre Dame had going for them was eye test and the fact that they were originally ranked over Miami when the polls came out. That was unjustified. And it's
that was the whole problem to begin with.
And by the way, with the committee structure and how they work, according to their guidelines and how their processes, it's a clean slate every week. The rankings from last week mean nothing. What only matters are all the games.
Are the results.
Exactly.
And you know what? Looking at this playoff, I think they got it right.
I think they got it right.
I don't think there was anything wrong with it.
I think they got it right. It was a lose-lose situation for them because no matter what they came to, somebody was going to be mad. They did the right thing. They
absolutely did
the right choice for the 12 teams.
The only people complaining about this bracket are Notre Dame.
Shut up.
And people that wanted to see Notre Dame.
Don't care. Join a conference, win the conference, then you won't have anything to... You leave this... I'm sick. You leave this up to the committee to screw you out. Do not give them the power to screw you over.
By the way, Notre Dame in every other sport is in the ACC, which I think is hilarious.
You give the people who run the show the power to screw you out by not joining a conference and not winning your big games. Do one of those two things and you're good. Tyler Buckner, just catch the ball on the extra point. And go to overtime with A&M and you probably win that game.
Just don't blow that game, actually.
Don't let them 45 points.
Blow the lead in the first place.
You give other people the power to screw you over when you don't have to.
By the way, I think Texas had more of an argument than Notre Dame.
They had better wins.
Just straight up.
They had better wins.
They had better
absolutely.
wins. They had the 3 losses. Yes, they had the loss to Florida. Yes. Their 2 losses were to 2 top 10 teams.
Top 3.
And they beat a team that Notre Dame lost to.
Top 3 teams.
Yeah, 2 top 3 teams.
And
2 of the top 3 teams, Texas lost.
Yeah, and they did beat A&M.
Notre Dame's losses, A&M and Miami, both in the playoffs as well. All right, Texas beat A&M. That's the only argument I need.
Yeah, well, they also lost to Florida, which is the thing that held them back.
They also lost to Florida, which is why they're not in the playoffs, nor were they really in the conversation.
Boom. There you go.
And yet somehow they were. All right, look. Seriously, dude, I'm just so disgusted right now.
Yeah. Laughing stocks and clowns of the sport.
Yeah.
You are.
Oh my gosh. Cannot wait for you guys to just go. I cannot wait for them to go 11-1 next year, make the playoffs.
You get bounced in the first round?
Oh, that would make me so happy.
All right, anyways. After all that arguing and playoff talk and ridiculing of teams that cry too much, we got 3 games to talk about this week, 2 bowl games, and then America's game. None of these are playoff games, but we're just picking games because we can. We'll get into all the playoff stuff and the big bowl games next week. Anyways, starting off Army and Navy.
I'm going to take the Navy on this one. Their unis are always cooler. They are the better team this year.
I root for whoever's...
If they lose, that's going to be really upsetting.
I also root for whoever's got the cooler unis. And this year it is Navy. And Navy's also just the better team this year, I feel like.
No, they both actually have really cool unis this year. I really like what they're doing.
I like Navy's better, though. Blake Horvath's also...
yeah, I mean, it's the same. They're the same jerseys, but, like, they're both cool.
Yeah, Blake Horvath's also just a dog, so. Anyways, all right. Next we got the let's do the FCS Bowl first. The Cricket Celebration Bowl with Prairie View A&M and South Dakota State. Or South Dakota.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Hold on. Time out. South Carolina State. My bad. On me.
This game being on ABC is kind of funny, though.
What else you gonna put on ABC?
Yeah, I guess. It's gonna be played in Atlanta. That's pretty cool. That's a big stadium for these guys. That's exciting. I'm gonna go I'm gonna go with Prairie View A&M. I know they had the half game better record, but their numbers are just screaming me a little bit more. Obviously, I haven't watched Prairie View A&M this year, but this Josiah Rockwell guy out of McKinney, Texas, by the way, 1,000-yard season, 66 catches and 6 touchdowns, 16 yards per grab. Had an 180-yard game against Alabama A&M, I believe. Yeah, uh, against Alabama A&M, and I don't know. Eye test tells me Prairie View A&M.
Eye test tells me Mike Lunds is finna have 2 sacks plus in this game, and South Carolina State's winning.
Yeah,
All right, and then the last bowl game.
Trevor Randall going for 40 tackles.
These bowl names are ridiculous. How about the Bucked Up LA Bowl by Boise State and Washington? What does that even mean?
I saw that. I was like, no way, that's not real.
But yeah, here you go, Bucked Up.
Yeah, no, the Bucked Up LA Bowl, 7 p.m.
Yeah, Boise State, Washington. Who's your pick?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Washington. Damon Williams Jr. If he's playing, should just be able to destroy this team.
Yeah, assuming he hops in the portal, I think he's gonna play. Portal doesn't even open. What am I saying? I think he should play in this game. Yeah, give me Washington.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right.
Gosh, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to start seeing who's going in the portal.
I mean, you can go see it right now. There's guys who jumped in there today.
Like, there's a couple of guys I know.
Well, it's nothing's
Michigan State receiver.
Nick Marsh. Yeah, he's gonna be a big target. Like nothing's
Nick
official with these guys. This is the tracker of guys who are like supposedly gonna hit the portal when it opens.
Guys who have said like, yeah, I plan on going to the transfer portal.
Yeah. Oh, Notre Dame's backup is planning to enter the portal before their playoff run. So.
Notre Dame's backup is planning on transferring before their bowl game. Oh wait, they don't have a bowl game this year.
Oh yeah. Oh, oops. Anyways,
I bet you a 5-7 Auburn would kill for a bowl game.
they would. They absolutely would.
I mean, wait, a normal Wake Forest year, they would be killing for a bowl game.
You think? I bet Florida is killing to play in a bowl game.
Yeah, Florida, who has missed a lot of bowl seasons over the last couple of years, would gratefully appreciate that. Baylor, Kansas, UCF, all 5-7 teams.
Yeah.
Northwestern got a bowl game this year. Rutgers would probably want that bowl game. How did Penn State get a bowl game?
Yes.
Bad boy. I mean, there's just.
How did they get the
dude.
Get into the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl?
Kent State.
Why is
Akron.
Snoop?
Actually, Akron was a one.
Why is Snoop Dogg sponsoring bowl games? What do you mean?
Yeah,
Miami of Ohio and Fresno State are playing in the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl.
I need that to become a New Year's Six bowl.
The Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl.
Yeah.
Anyways, just like this entire episode, we're just rambling now. That's gonna do it for episode 21 of the Pre-Snap Pressure podcast. Kind of a filler episode filled with lots of loud arguing, and I probably need to go lay down after this episode. Anyways, we will see you.
Feel better, buddy.
We will see you next week when the playoffs actually begin. We'll have playoff games on the college campuses to talk about and be excited for. Until then, as always, thank you for watching.